Welcome to thesilverrocket.com and my update for mid-ish March 2014. Okay, just a brief overview of where we've been and where perhaps we are going. Support for gold obviously has held incredibly strongly. Bounced off in December off that bottom again, and has been in a fairly tight trading range, or a channel that I'm going to draw something like that, running in between those two lines. Gold has consolidated relatively high. This point here, I'm going to draw a line across here just to show that the resistance, it has consolidated just underneath that resistance, but I think is poised. Didn't actually pull back to the 200 like I thought it might do and consolidate slightly down, bounce off the 200 and come up. It has actually consolidated relatively highly. Silver. Again, the bottom down here, silver did not quite retest the bottom like gold did. It was in somewhat of a channel through these points here, but then when gold moved away, silver rocketed up from February. Silver has pulled down rather than consolidated as high as gold has, but I don't see that as being anything to worry about. When gold moves higher, I think silver will too. Let's have a little look at the Huey, or gold shares. The Huey, if we just pop that off and look at gold underneath it, is actually extremely similar. It's bounced off the same point from that low as gold, and it has consolidated relatively high. Let's just stay on the Huey. Again, this point here, and it has consolidated just underneath that point, just like gold has. The last chart that I'm just going to look at, because I think that is pivotal to where we are heading next, is actually the S&P, which looks completely different. Normally when the S&P was strong over the last year, like through this point here, through here, gold was relatively weak. Then the Huey plummeted down to here just in February, and rather than consolidating or coming up slightly and coming back down again, no, it has rocketed up to new highs up here. A lot of professionals that I follow are saying yes, it can still go higher, and we know that anything can happen, especially with the Fed pumping in more and more juice or money into the economy. Even though they are starting to taper, they're still actually adding money into the economy at an alarming rate. If we are rolling over here in the S&P, more of that money will flow into alternative investments like gold and silver, and they will have a huge benefit. Seasonally, gold is weak during this period of late February to mid-March, so if that is anything to go by, then coming back to gold extremely briefly, then I think we will move up at this point. Boom, 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 and who knows where from there. At some point, with all markets, there will be pullbacks, there will be surprises, but I think things are looking extremely good. There's been positive inflows into GLD, so hang on tight, guys. If you don't have a position, please consider taking a position in gold and silver now, and consider buying from my link on my website if you haven't done so already, or you haven't purchased any at all yet. Please consider goldsilver.com. Thank you very much. Stay strong.